So more on this comes from Hans Monkey, who is also been a big purveyor of the truth on this matter for years now. He said about another one of the entries that this entry for May 21, 2020 is one of the most grotesque documents that you will ever read. Okay, May 21, 2020, rewinding the clock, the national lockdown or national emergency order came back around in March 2020. This is at the apex of COVID. It opens with the mounting COVID death toll and people dying across the country. Then Fauci abruptly pivots into an extended exercise in self-congratulation about his newfound fame. How was someone so profoundly narcissistic ever allowed to accumulate so much power and rise so high? This whole thing is unreal. And a lot of, I think, the accolades for Fauci were probably political, because if you recall back during COVID, we saw the death counter every single day on the mainstream media. We had repeatedly the number going up, like in this red death count, plus 1,000. We just crossed 100,000. We just crossed 115,000. And they were just salivating, lapping it up, because there are many of them in a death cult that are happy with these things. And then once Trump lost the election, what happened? We got the numbers flipped. Then the media got rid of the red death counter and they created the vaccines administered counter. And then that was, of course, in a green font by and large. And those numbers would go up. 100,000 people vaccinated, 200,000 people vaccinated. And even Kamala and poo-pooing Trump's Operation Warp Speed. They were saying, we're not going to take the Trump shot. We don't know what's in there. We don't know what's going on. Then as soon as the election went their way, after we had months and months of a full-blown political attack on the president for mismanaging COVID, for not trusting the science. And Fauci was like the opposite anchor of that, right? So Trump comes out, he wants to do these things. They turn Fauci into this saint, this steward of the science and the truth. And so they were just really propping him up, knowing that it was harming their political opponents, in this case, Trump. Then, of course, December comes around. Biden's got shots in his arm. Flip, flip. Kamala takes the shot because they're going to go in and then they start mandating it across the government. You have to take this or we're going to throw you out of the military and we're going to strip away your funding. And then that trickled down to all of the other agencies, firefighters, nurses, police officers, people in the military, all thrown out if they didn't do this thing. And of course, all brought to you by Pfizer every single day on Jake Tapper's show. So here's Fauci's entry. And here was the death counter scoreboard. May 21, 2020, global deaths, 234,000. New, 24,000. Deaths, 9,800. Italy, 3,400 deaths, now passing China. Then we come to the USA. 19,300 deaths. New, 5,300. Or cases, this is probably. Then deaths, 272, 73 new. And so this was just the opening salvo. Numbers got much worse. Allegedly. Then at a task force meeting, this is what Fauci says. I stress the problem about the PPEs being diverted to testing as opposed to HCWs. I also emphasized this strongly at the subsequent press conference. Again, we met with POTUS, Trump, after the TF meeting and in preparation for the presser. Very good press conference. And then transitions. Okay. And Fauci also, remember when he said, don't put your mask on, it's not going to do anything. Then afterwards, put your mask on or you're going to kill everybody. We're sitting here going, what are you talking about? He said, oh, cloth masks aren't going to do anything. Stop raiding the shelves for these masks. You don't need hand sanitizer rubbed all over every orifice of your body. It's going to be fine. Just stay home, whatever. And then turns around and says, you have to put your mask on. Then we're going to do this social distancing brainwashing operation. As long as you stand 6 feet apart from each other, you're not going to die, whatever. Then he transitions. Big front page article about me appeared in the Washington Post. Okay. Very flattering. The situation with my national and international fame is explosive, he writes, and really unimaginable. It is not hyperbole to say that today I am the most famous and talked about person in the country and one of the most recognizable person in the world. Countless profiles on me in multiple media. I cannot even read all the things that are written about me since I am so busy. Seriously. POTUS seemed to be enamored of me Even though I am taking the spotlight away from him, we are developing a very unique and interesting relationship. The entire Secret Service Corps is coming over to me and chatting. They let me into the first gate without even checking ID. Everyone is worried about my health and welfare, probably because it is all over the place and that I am almost 80 years old. Wow. What a hero. Everyone's honoring him. Everybody wants to talk to him. And he's just loving it up, lapping it up.